What's up, guys? This is S-Mania. I'm coming to you with an updated deck profile today, and today I want to show you guys my updated FA deck. I've done a lot of testing with this deck. It's pretty fun. It's a solid tier 3 deck at best. The new support for it is really good. The level 6 sucks. Don't play the level 6 when that comes out. I don't recommend it. But the new level 4 is really, really good. Shuts down hand traps, shuts down Ghost Ash, Maxi, Draw and Lock. It's just an amazing card. And the new draw card they get is really nice. And the new field spell works really nicely with the engine that I put into this deck, the Ancient Gear engine. So, yeah, let's get into it. So we're playing 3 of the FA Hang On Mach and 3 of the Sonic Meister. Sonic Meister is nowhere near as good as Hang On Mach. When the new support comes out, I'll probably put this down to 2 and put Whip Crosser in at 3 just because it's meh. Mach is the good card. However, Sonic Meister does work really well under limiter removal, so that is a plus for Sonic Meister because being able to attack twice when he's 4,800 attack is pretty devastating. But regardless, Hang On Mach is currently the better card because it becomes a Dark Claw. When it becomes level 7, he just attacks twice when he becomes level 7. But the good thing going for him is that he can't be destroyed by battle by an opponent's monster whose level is lower than his. FA Hang On Mach is unaffected by cards that have a lower level than him, so if he activates an effect and they try to Ghost Ogre it, then they're not going to get away with it. So that's pretty cool. Next, we're playing 3 Symphonic Warrior guitars and 2 mics. It's a built-in Brilliant Fusion engine that's recurable. I think this is honestly better than the Brilliant Fusion engine, just because the fact that if you have 2 of these in hand, you have already used this guy and he's in your extra deck, you can just special summon him back out of the field and get an extra normal summon. It's really recurable, and on top of that, he's a level 5, so you can make Infinity really easily. Next, the unfortunate part of the deck, 3 Rise Bell. The reason why I say that it's unfortunate is because it really doesn't do much. Yes, you get to increase one of your monster's levels by 1, but it's not that amazing, honestly. I can't wait for the new support, because this will get cut. It's just not going to be necessary, because it does have a searchable card that basically does... FAs have a searchable card that does the same thing. It's a quick play. Next, we're playing... new engine, 3 Ancient Gear Wyvern. The reason why we're playing this is because Ancient Gear Catapult is actually a really dumb card, and Wyvern searches that card out. And you can do some really nutty combos, especially with the Symphonic Warrior engine. So I really, really like this card in there. And currently, if you have, like, for example, if you do the Symphonic Warrior Mike's play, where you activate, or you normal summon this guy, activate guitars, and after searching the catapult, discard the catapult with the guitars, and you happen to have a Rise Bell. It's a lot of complicated stuff, but you can make Infinity with them if you have a Rise Bell, basically. Anyway, 1 Summoner Monk, just 1. There's really not a lot of room for more than 1. I kind of want to play more than 1 just because it does combo well with cards in the deck, but 1's enough at the moment. I might bump it up to 2 in like 2 weeks, but at the moment 1 is perfectly fine. 1 Birdman, really useful. I really like this card at the moment. It just allows you to recycle cards. Yeah. 3 Ghost Ogre. I don't have Ghost Dash. Play Ghost Dash, not this. If main decked anyway, if you have Ghost Dash, just because Ghost Dash is just currently better. But this does do a hell of a good job against a lot of stuff. So it's not a bad substitute. Another good one is Droll and Lockbird if you happen to have that, but I would just play Ghost Ogre if I have this, just because it's currently cheaper than Droll and Lock. 1 Maxi, because it's Maxi, it should be banned. Next, 3 FA Circuit Grand Prix. The reason why we're playing 3, 1, it boosts your level during the battle phase, which is but if it's popped, you get to search for an FA card, and that's by any card effect, not just your opponent's. So if you pop it with your own card effect, you get to search, and that is the important part of this card. And when I explain the engine and how that works, you'll kind of see how. Next, 3 FA Downforce. This is the card that's going to make Rise Bell just not useful anymore. He just boosts your FA monster by 2 levels, which is pretty good, and then you can banish him from the graveyard and do it again. Unfortunately, it's only until the end of the turn, but what people don't realize is that if you activate this card, your FAs technically gain 3 levels, 1 by their own effect and 2 by this. So you can make them level 7 instantly. 3 Ancient Gear Catapult. Yeah, this is the card that I'm talking about that makes this kind of stupid. If you don't know what this card does, if you control no cards on the field, you can activate this card, target one of your face-up cards, destroy it, and then special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your deck to the field, and ignoring its summoning conditions. Now, we're playing Wyvern, which is a pretty good card. It searches out another one of these. Ancient Gear Catapult also activates from the graveyard. You can only activate one of these effects per turn, but when you activate it from the graveyard, you can banish it, pop a face-up card on your side of the field, and then special summon a Ancient Gear token. The graveyard effect, I would argue, is better just because it gives you a token to play around with, and you get to pop a card and get possible search as well. 3 Terraforming, because it is terraforming and you want to search your field spell. 2 Foolish Burial Goods. This sends your catapult to the graveyard. This will also become more useful with the new support because the new draw card. If you open a draw card and a Foolish Burial Goods, you can, and any FA monster, you activate goods, send another copy of FA. I forget what it's called. FA Pit Stop, that's what it's called. You send 1 copy of that to the graveyard, and then summon an FA monster to the field, activate the FA Pit Stop in your hand, and target the FA monster you summon, reduces levels by 2. It technically only loses 1 by its own effect because it gains another 1 for activating another FA card, and then you get to draw 2 because you have an FA card in the graveyard. So it's just going to be, this card is going to be stable in the deck. Next, 3 Desires. We're playing 43 cards. I want this deck to be as consistent as possible. Yeah, I think it's necessary at the moment. I'll probably put this down to 2 once we get new support, when I get it down to 40 cards. One painful decision. I didn't think it was necessary to bump this up to 2, have this up at 2 anymore. 1 is really all you need. 1 Lord Removal. You're playing a machine deck. Having a 4600 Mics or a 4800 FA monster that can banish stuff or attack twice is really good. So Lord Removal, in my opinion, is a staple. And then finally, 1 E-Telly. We play 6 Psychic monsters in the deck. 3 of them are Pendulums, 3 of them are Tuners. I think this is necessary just because it lets you get to things like Ancient Fairy Dragon or Metaphys Horus, which is a stupid card. So, yeah. And here are your tokens. And moving on to the extra deck, we're playing 3 Link Spider. We're playing normal monsters in the deck. It just becomes very useful for that. And you can easily summon it using the token from Ancient Gear Catapult. So that's why we're playing 3 of this. 1 Proxy Dragon. It's just really useful. 1 Decode, because it's Decode. It's the best. It's like the easiest one to access. It's not the best. I agree with the sentiment that Mrs. Radiant is probably the best Link monster we currently have at the moment. But Decode Talker is just usually easier to get out. 1 Tornado Dragon, you can pop your own field spells and then pop a card on your opponent's side of the field, all good. 1 Dweller, it's Dweller. 1 Nova, 1 Infinity, it's a machine deck, you can make them level 5. 1 Metaphys Horus, if you don't know what this card does, it's pretty dumb. Basically, it depends on, its effect changes based off of what its materials were to make it. So that were non-tuners. So if you used a normal monster, this face-up card is unaffected by other card effects this turn. And if it was a Pendulum monster, your opponent chooses 1 monster they control and gives control of it to you, but it cannot attack this turn. So it's a permanent snatch steal, basically, and Metaphys Horus can't be affected by card effects. So, and that's not an activated effect, it's like a, in terms of the can't be affected by card effects. So if they try to chain if you use, what's it called, Rise Bell the Summoner as its material, you get the normal effect and the Pendulum effect, and your opponent can't chain Ghost Ogre to it because it's unaffected by other card effects. So yeah. And then if you use an effect monster, you can target 1 other card on the field and negate that card's effects. So if you use, what's it called, the guitars instead, yeah, you can negate an effect, so that's cool. 1 Black Rose, because a board wipe's cool. Ancient Fairy Dragon, you're playing field spells. This is going to be even better with Destrudo and the new field spell that's coming out for the deck. You get to pop it. Not only do you get to search for a new field spell, but you get to search for a new FA card. It's just really powerful. If you pop your own FA field spell anyway. 1 Omega. Yeah, it's Omega. 1 of this guy, 1 Ignister. You're playing Pendulum cards. It's not hard to make, just because you just need a level 3 tuner, which you have 4 of in the deck, and you can use Mike's. Yeah, it's good. And then finally, 1 Leo. I've actually made this quite a bit. Usually after going into my Ancient Fairy play, you can just tutor out a tuner from your hand. It's good. It's all good. So with that, guys, thank you guys for watching this deck profile. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, have a nice day.